Prop
Okay,
type.
we covered. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, we covered props, prop types, and that's it.
Okay, we covered props and prop types. What is the use of props?
It used to pass data from one component to another component.
Correct. Use it to pass data. Okay, so what is the use of prop types? What is the use of prop types? So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we can validate whether it's a prop or not, whether it's
Correct.
required or not, whether it contains primitive type.
That's exactly right. So, today we are going to see the examples on these prop types, right?
Yeah.
So, before going to the example, we need to understand what are the prop types that we have in order to support for the props validation, correct? So, in order to use the prop types, first we have to install the prop types library by using the prop types, right? npm install prop types save, we can install our library. So next we have support for different types of uh, props that prop types will support. Okay, first one is the basic types. Okay, this basic types will provide the validations for the basic props or primitive props, we can say. So here you can see these are the prop types here. Prop types dot any. Okay, prop types dot any will be specified. The prop can be of any data type. Okay, next the prop types dot bool. Okay, which specifies the prop should be a boolean. Okay, next we have prop types dot number. Okay, which specifies the prop should be a number. Next we have string. Okay, which specifies the prop should be a string. Okay, function. The prop should be a function. Correct? The prop should be an array. Okay, the prop should be an object. Okay, the prop should be a symbol. Okay, so these are the types we have in case of our basic types. So in order to use these prop types on the prop, what we have to specify? We have to specify the prop types property on the component. Correct? For that, what we are going to specify? We are going to specify the prop type as a prop types as a property. There we are specifying the value of the prop type as object. Correct? In that object, we are going to specify name of the prop and prop type as a key value pairs, so that whenever we send any information to our props to our component, then it automatically triggers the warnings. Okay, so first we will see some little basic type validation, how it works. So for this, what I'm going to do, first we have to install the prop types, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I will install this prop types. Okay, this package was added into our package.json. So what I will do, I will take or I will create a new folder. New folder called component types. Okay, or I can say prop types demo. Okay, in this folder I'm going to do the validation. So now let me start the server npm run start. Okay, so here I'm going to create a component called subject. Okay, for this I'm going to take a class based component. What we can do, we can write a class, right? How we can write class?
Class name.
Correct, we have to import React from React. Okay, it is optional to specify the constructor, right?
Yeah.
So render, I'm going to render, okay, one div, I'm going to return this div, okay, saying h1 subject to details. Okay, inside of this I'm going to take props called h2, what is the name of the subject. Correct, I can say this dot props dot name. Correct, next I'm going to take what is the score or marks that gained in this subject. Okay, so now we have taken export default, can say subject, right? Okay, now what is our intention? We have to give the type for these prop types, for these two props. What are those? Name and marks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the first step we have to do? We have to import, correct, prop types from prop types library. Okay, next we have to create a property called prop types subject dot prop types is equal to, we have to specify the object. In this object, what is the first key? What is the first key? Name of the property that we are expecting. Correct?
Yes.
Prop types dot, what is the type that name should accept?
String.
Yes. What is the score? What is the type that it should accept?
Number.
Number, right? So, correct. Now, I'll go to app.js. Okay, let me comment all these things. How we can comment? By using
Slash.
we have to do it in JSX variant.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me call my component called subject. Subject I will call just simply subject. So what we have to do? We have to import subject from where we are dot slash prop types demo slash subject. Okay, now if you see, it is showing the result, right? Subject details and name and marks. But if you see our console, you will see some warning. How is it? Okay, actually it has to show the warnings like name and marks. Okay, sorry. Name I am going to mention as a 1, 2, 3, correct?
Yeah.
So I will tell why we didn't get, since we didn't mention as a required, right? That's why we didn't get earlier. So now you can see failed prop type, invalid prop, name of type number, supplied to subject, expected string. Got it?
Yes.
So it seems we have to pass only the strings to our name property. Okay, what is the subject we can take? Subject computer networks. Okay. Now you don't see any validation. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to specify the marks, right? Marks, if we specify string, what will happen? It is accepting even number also. Whether I specify number on it. Okay, score. Here I mentioned score, here I mentioned marks. Correct? Here what I mentioned marks. Now let me refresh once. Okay, now you can see failed prop type, invalid prop marks of the type string, supplied to subject, expected number. So now if I change to this number, what we can see the result without having any warning. Understood, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So next we'll see other types. Now we saw basic types. Okay, renderable types. Okay, what this will do? This will check whether the property is rendered by React or not. Okay. So if the prop should be anything that can be rendered by React, a number, a string, element, or array, or a fragment containing these types. Okay, what are the things that React will be able to render that we can specify as part of the node? Okay, next we have prop types dot element. The prop should be a React element, ensuring that the component that has a simple child. If the component has no children or multiple children, a warning should be displayed on the console. Okay, so this should be like React element that we are expecting from a prop. Okay, so for this, what we can do, so I will create one simple component called hello.js function hello. Right, I'm going to specify the okay, don't specify now since we'll get. Alright, what is this? I created one component called function hello. So I'm going to return my hello component. Correct, I'm going to print the console.log of props. Okay, so next I'm going to create one more component called welcome. Clear, just I'm returning h1 welcome component. Okay, now we have to export. Default we should not be able to use since we are trying to export hello and welcome. Clear? Any doubts?
No.
Let me import these two into my app.js. Import we created hello comma welcome from dot slash prop types demo slash hello. Okay, now what I will do, I will send hello component, sorry, I will call hello component by passing user is equal to Raghavan. Okay, and apart from that, okay, closing or opening tag of my hello component, I am going to send, I am going to call welcome component. Are you seeing?
Yes.
Okay. Now what will happen? We have to understand. So I will see what it prints on the console of our hello props. Correct? This is our observation. So if you see hello props, what it is print? It prints the
username, children. It says
You understood?
Yeah.
Did we pass or did we create children property for
No.
our, how it came?
It imported from hello.
Since we are passing children's to hello component, correct?
Yes.
So React automatically sends this children prop to our hello component. Okay, let me add one more. Okay, you can see children dot type welcome, right? So for this no props, so let me open or let me send one more welcome. What will happen we will see. Okay, 2 times I called. So now what will happen? How it considered?
It considered as an array.
It is considered as an array, right? So the childrens are considered as an array. So how many childrens you have, that many childrens you will get as a prop to our component. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So next we have instance types. Okay, so what is this instance type? Okay, sometimes it is required to identify the some instance of type, right? That we are going to consider. Okay, so for that case we have to go for the prop types dot instance of person. Understood? So now
Okay.
what I will do, I will create one date to my subject. Correct? I am expecting one date. I can make it as a exam date, right? Okay, exam date. Okay, date or exam date. Correct? Let me copy this. So what should be the date? It should be an instance of,
Instance of
it
class.
should be an instance of date, right? Correct? Prop types dot instance of date. Understood? Now inside our app.js, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass a data object. Okay, what is the data object? How you will create? How the data object will be created? By using the constructor, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we are getting an error since we won't be able to display the object. Okay, so what I will do, I will take one new object dot to locale string. Correct? Now you can see the result, right? With the date. Do you understand? If we pass other than date, what will happen?
We get an error.
We'll get an validation or warning error in console. So, and these validations will occur at development mode only. At production mode, these validations won't be occurred. Our warnings won't be displayed. Okay, next we have multiple types. Okay, so what is this multiple types? Okay, so by using multiple types, we can specify the multiple type values. Okay, so suppose I want to specify the prop type should be in a set of values, correct? Okay, prop types dot one of is something it will treat like a enum. Okay, so we can set multiple values to this one of prop type. In out of that, it takes any one of the value from the prop type. Understood? So for this, what we can do? We can go for the branch, right? Okay, branch should be prop types dot one of, correct, one of which branch we are going to have? ECE, correct, CSC, EEE, IT. Okay, many more, right? We will consider this. Now what we can do? Okay, branch. Okay, so if you pass any value other than this value, right? Whatever we specified in the one of. So in that case, what you will get? You will get a warning message. Branch is equal to what I can specify? ID. Okay. Some name, right? Now what you will find? You can see a warning saying, okay, failed prop type, invalid prop, branch of value read, supply to subject, expected, one of it. Understood?
Yes.
If we pass IT, it will work as expected. There is no warnings. Okay. Next, we have prop types dot one of type. Can you guess what it is?
Should be one of the specified set of types behaving like a union types.
Like suppose for a property. Yeah. Go ahead.
Everything should be in string or everything should be in number.
Correct. So if we want to specify multiple types for a property, we can specify by using one of type. Whether it can be a boolean or string or number, multiple types for a property, we can specify that. Correct? Okay. Next we have collection types. Okay. So if the property is an array, right? Okay, in that case, we can specify what is the specified type that we are expecting from an array. Understood? Okay, so if you see array prop types dot array of prop types dot instance of person. Okay, so what we can do, we can take an array like
We take as
okay.
branch.
Okay, branch is already considered, right? So now we have to think of different one. Think of different one, which takes an array. So name subject. Okay, I can consider who are the lecturers that are going to teach, right? Correct? Lecturers can be one or more. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Prop types dot array, right? Array of we can use. What is the syntax here? Array of, right? To specify it is an array, we can use array. Correct? If you want to specify even array with type, right? Array of type. Okay, for that, what I'm going to do? Prop types dot string, right? Okay, now okay, prop types dot string. What I will do, I will pass. I will copy lecturers is equal to, if we pass an array, right? An array 1, 2, 2. So now what you will see, lecturers of 0 of type number supplied to subject expected string. Correct?
Yeah.
So now what we have to pass? We have to pass the lecture names. Raj, Ravi, Ram. Understood?
Yes.
So what we can specify? Dot join, right? So automatically it will be comma separated. Okay. So now we have specified all in array should be of string. Okay, but in case suppose you want, right? How we can specify that? By using one of type, you can specify that. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can try this example with one of type. Okay, mixed array it is. It can be take name, number, string, object, array, anything. Next we have prop types dot object of, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is this object of? Okay, which ensures that the prop is an object in which all property values match the specified type. Understood? Okay, so if you see, I'm specifying the prop types. Okay, Boolean object prop. Okay, which means the property should be of type Boolean. So if you see object of prop types dot Boolean, which all property values match the specified type. Okay, if you want to specify multiple types, you have to use prop types dot one of, so that the object value or object keys value can be any one of these types. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. So next we have shape. Okay, used when a more detailed validation of an object prop is required. Ensure that the prop is an object that contains a set of specified keys with the values of the specified type. Understood?
No.
Okay, so we have a object called profile, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that profile object, we are expecting a profile from the as a property to our one of our component. Correct? To welcome, I am expecting as a profile object as a property. So in this profile object, I want to maintain like ID. What is the ID of this profile? Name. Correct. I want to maintain what else? URL. What is the photo URL? Correct. What else we can think of? Birth date, gender. Okay, so in this shape, we are expecting the object profile prop for our component welcome. So by using shape, we can specify for this profile object, I want to expect these are the keys, and for keys, I am expecting the type of the prop for this key. Correct? Now you can see it is expecting like ID, prop types number, full name, prop type string, gender, birth date, each other. Okay, so what I will do, I will copy this. Correct?
Yeah.
We will see an example. For hello.js, right? Otherwise, I will create one more component called user.js. Right? So in this, so far we didn't cover function, right? I will take as a function. So here for this function, what I will specify, user dot prop types is equal to profile prop. For this I will mention profile. So we should mention it as a okay. Now may print user profile. Okay, I'm going to print JSON dot stringify of props. Okay, we should mention return rate. Clear. Now I'm going to export this prop or component, export default user. Okay, let me go to my app.js. What I will do, I will take or I will call my user component by passing profile is equal to profile object I will create. Correct. Constant profile obj is equal to what is the first object? ID, right?
Yeah.
Okay, ID sum 1, 2, 3. Next, what else we have? We have other properties, full name, gender, right? Now what I will do? Full name, okay, Bunny. Okay, so unknown prop, correct?
Yeah.
So now what will happen, we have to see. Profile is equal to profile object. Okay, now if you see in the console, prop types is not defined. So what is the mistake we have done? We have not imported it. And also we have specified the capital, I think. Here small, here capital, okay?
Yeah.
As a property small, but as a validation it is capital. Still? Okay. Okay, it should be instance of, right? Not instances of, correct?
Yes.
Okay, invalid prop profile.id of type string supplied to user but expected number. Correct, we are able to do the validation for an object property type. You are observing?
Yes.
So okay, why it is not giving for unknown property? Ship. Okay, so I'll check this. It is not giving the validation error for unknown prop. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, we will see why it didn't give. Okay, I will check that. Maybe it is not doing for an unspecified property. Just it is doing only the type of values for this object. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, what we have? Exact. Okay, for strict or exact object matching, we can use prop types dot exact. Are you seeing?
Yes.
So if I update this to exact, then it will work. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, the shape is not doing validation, but exact is doing even if we pass the unexpected props that we are sending for an object, and also it is specifying it should have an exact properties for that object type. Clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So next, what else we have next? Required types. Okay, sometimes it is required to specify the required type, right? Whether the property is required or not. Okay, for that we can use dot is required, we can specify. Okay, at the end of our property type we can specify is required. Clear, right? Yeah. So now I'm going to take an example button. So I'll copy this since due to the time constraint. So what I will do, I will create a new component button.js. Okay. So you know the button, right? How we can create a button? By using which tag? Which HTML tag? Button, right? So yeah. So assume you are trying to develop a framework. So in that framework, you are specifying your own components for the end user to use whenever they are developing the application. Correct? So for that, what we are expecting, we have exposed one button as a component. Correct? Inside of that button, we are returning a button with some specified props. Correct? Okay, for those props, what we are saying, the button text must be required prop. Correct? If you didn't send the button text, it is of no use, right? And user won't be able to understand. Correct?
Yes.
So next I'm specifying the color. What is the type of color that we are expecting for this button? Correct? Okay, and also default props. And what I'm specifying is enabled true by default. Okay, by default, all buttons are enabled. Okay, understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for this, what I have done, I have used default props. So let me take this colors map, right? Okay, I will come to this colors map. Okay, button we have dot colors. Okay, now what I will do, I will call my button, right? Okay, button. Just I'm calling button without passing anything. So let me import button, right? Okay, so what is the warning we are getting?
Facebook.
Okay, we have to go. Okay, let me comment this user, right? We got button, but what happened to our validation? But it is not coming. Is required. It should display the validation for button text. Let me refresh once. Correct? You are seeing, right?
Yes.
Okay, failed prop type. The prop button text is marked as required in button, but its value is undefined. Correct? Now, what I will do, I will mark this button text. I will pass some button text. Button text is my custom button. I don't require. Okay, we got custom button. Okay, now what else we can do? See, now is enable true, right, by default. Did we pass is enable property? No, right?
No.
So from where it has taken? It has taken from our default props, right?
Yeah.
Understood? Now what I will do, I will create one more button called disabled button. Right? Disabled button is enable is equal to false. I don't want to enable it. Are you seeing?
Yes.
The button got disabled, right? So now if you see the bootstrap buttons, you remember? You know bootstrap?
No.
Okay, it's okay. So if you see the bootstrap buttons, right? So what you will get by default, it contains the buttons type, right? Whether it is a primary, secondary, success, info, warning, danger, dark, light, link, right?
Yeah.
So what I will do, I will hard code these values for our button, okay, as a properties, correct? So whenever you are going to set a color property for my button, I will take any one of these values. Okay, I mean to say I will go to app.js, copy this, correct? Okay, I can say primary button. Okay, what I will do is enable, I don't want now. I can say color is equal to of type primary.
Okay.
Is equal to primary, secondary. Correct. Now if you see, we can see the different colors. Are you seeing?
Yes.
So we have done background color as primary button, secondary button. Okay, so I have taken all these inside of a map, right?
Yes.
So if I want to add any new color, I can easily add inside of this map. So that user will send this color name, then automatically his button will be the button will have that color, correct? Yeah. So now what we have done, color should be prop types dot one of this keys, right? Colors map keys, correct?
Yeah.
And also I mentioned is required. So if we pass any other than this type, what it will do, it will give an warning error.
Yeah.
Clear, right? Any doubts?
No.
No, right? Yeah. So what is the use of this developing like custom components? So if you develop any custom components, if you want to maintain a consistency across your application, okay, now what you can achieve, you can achieve consistency. Like suppose in future I want to apply, right? I want to apply a new look for my all of my buttons into all of my buttons for my application, correct? What I can do, I can change inside of this style, right? Okay, class name is equal to, I will give some class name called, okay, button style, right?
Okay.
Okay, I have given a class name button style. So I will go to the app.js or app.css. Correct? So what we can give? We have to create a good look and feel. Align items. What we can say? Padding. 10 pixel, right? Twenty-eight 35. What happened to this 2835? Where we are getting error at 12th line number by
Return pattern.
this error button is not there. Okay, maybe it is not taking that. Okay. So class name I have specified the button is equal to button style, right? So let me copy this class name in my app.js or in my app.css. Correct? Are you seeing the change?
Yeah.
So in this way, we have to think of developing the components. So automatically, whenever we will change at one place, whole application will affect. We can gain the reusability, or we can have the control on this application, right? Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So next, what else we have? Next, if I want to perform a validation of my own, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So custom validation. Suppose I want to perform a custom validation on my property. Correct? So that also it is supporting. So for that we have to specify the function name as a property value inside of our prop types. Okay?
Yeah.
So once we specify the function name, what it will do for that function, the framework or prop types library will send the props, prop name and component name it will send. Clear? Okay, it will send all the props and prop name of the prop to be validated and component name. Okay, so if you see, we are using title length, correct? I am doing validation of title should be of string, and also I am expecting it should not be greater than 6. Okay, so if correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we are going to return a validation message, we have to return an error object from our validation function by using new error. Correct? New error, some message we have to pass. So if we don't have an error or everything is okay, we can return null from our function. Any doubts here?
No.
No, right? So let me take my profile.js, copy this, okay. So what we are doing, we are expecting the name as a property, right?
Yes.
For this profile. Okay, for this name check I am doing, correct?
Yes.
Okay, for this name check I am doing something like the name length must not have more than 6 characters, correct?
Yeah.
If it is more than 6 characters, what I am doing validation message, and also I am sending. If it is not mandatory, I am specifying it should be mandatory, correct?
Yeah.
So let me go to app.js. Let me take profile, name is equal to, correct, what I will do, more than 6 characters. Let me import profile, imported. Now if you go to our thing, you can see clear, refresh. Okay, so where we are getting element type is invalid. I expected a string, class or function, but got object. You likely forgot to export your component from the file it's defined in. Check the render method of app. Check the render method of app. Anything we missed? Profile importer. Mixed up named export. So profile. I exported default. I imported correct only. So okay. Okay, let me remove this. We will see where we have error. Correct. Now everything looks good. Now what I will do, so in order to identify, the best way is comment, right?
Mm.
So now I will call profile. Okay. Element type is invalid. Expected a string or a class. but got object. You likely forgot to export your component from the file is defined in. Okay, let me see. Okay, we are calling the profile from profile, right? Okay, so is anything wrong inside of our profile? Nothing is wrong. It is failing in that case. Anything wrong we have done here? Okay, export default function profile I am doing. Just I call name check functions emails. Correct? Now localhost 3000 173. Where we have static JS. Let me open this in Explorer. Okay. Okay. Why earlier it failed? Okay, so we'll see that. Now we'll concentrate on this. So now you can see this one, right? Profile at I didn't pass any name, right?
Yeah.
Now what it is saying, failed prop type name in profile function is mandatory. Correct? So now this, you can see this one. Correct? We have printed the props and name of the prop and component name inside of our custom function. Correct?
Yes.
So now props, prop name, component name. Now once this prop is equal to the prop name, I am taking that prop value and I am checking whether it is a type of string or not. And if it is type of string, I am checking whether length less than 6 or not. And also I am checking whether it contains a value or not. Clear this function?
Yes.
Now I will pass the name attribute, right? Profile name is equal to now what error are we expecting? Okay, if it is less than 6 only, I think I am doing that. Correct?
Yeah.
Failed prop type name in profile function must have more than 6 characters. Okay, are we able to achieve our own validations?
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So suppose if we have a collection type, right? So you are seeing emails is a collection type, correct? So what we are doing, we can use another function by pass array of. So for that array of, for each element, this function is going to be called, correct?
Yes.
Now what I will do, I will create or pass one emails as a property. Emails is equal to an array of ABC, comma DEF. Is valid emails? No, right?
Yeah.
Okay, failed prop type ABC is a valid, not a valid email address. DEF is not a valid email address. Okay, now if you see what I'm printing inside of my component, you can see it passes the props and index position, correct?
Yes.
And also it is passing the component name, right? And prop.
Yes.
So now if I pass the valid ones first, you will be able to understand. Okay, now you can see. For that function, it passes the, what is the position, right? 0, 1 we have, right? Array positions. Those
Yes.
positions it is passing. Are you seeing?
Okay.
Now, if you open this console log, I'm putting prop value. What is the prop value? First value. abc@gmail.com, correct?
Yes.
Key, what is the key? Key is 0, right? current key.
Yeah.
Next, component name, profile, location. What is the location? Prop, right?
Yes.
And prop full name. It is doing something like emails of 0. Okay?
Yeah.
So we have everything. So we can do the validation by returning whether is a valid email or not by returning an error. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so by using this prop types, custom functions, instead of using the value of any prop type value, we can create a function. If we mention the prop value as a function, then automatically the prop types library is going to call our custom function and it will perform the validations for us. Clear? Any doubts so far?
No.
No, right? Okay. So for you, I'm going to give one task. So the task is, okay, the task is, so suppose you have a JSON, correct?
Mm.
I want you to display the JSON as a table. Got it?
Yes.
I have a JSON, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that JSON contains the values like this. Okay, let me put it inside my JSON viewer. Okay, it contains around how many? 256 objects, 255 object or 256. Each object contains color ID, Xstring, RGB, HSL and name block. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I am expecting you to print like this. So if you see here, what we have done here. So first it is table, right? This is a table. Okay, for this table, it is showing the display. Okay, display this color, whatever I will do, right? I made it as a background color. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, xterm number. Okay, what is the color ID that you are using here? That I made it as a xterm number.
Okay.
Okay, xterm name. Okay, so what is the name of this color? I'm displaying that. Okay, hex string. Whatever you have here, hex string, I displayed this. Next, RGB. I'm printing one RGB. It is a combination of these three.
Okay.
Okay, HSL. I'm printing HSL with the first value simple value and other S and L I'm considering as a percentages.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, will you be able to try this example?
Yeah, try it.
Yeah, okay. So I will share this diagram and JSON file in our folder. Okay, I will keep inside of our React.js folder.
Okay.
So you can take it from there. So any other doubts you have?
No.
No, right? So